Hey guys, it's John. This is a Mars video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the drone mods and drones in general on the cash shop, if they're actually worth spending any money on them. So first thing you need to know about drones is you can actually get drones from the game itself. You can actually just buy these cheap drones over here with gold. This cash that you get gold from just doing everything in the game. So it's totally free to play friendly. These drones you can get, most of them are pretty good. The major thing, like I said, you need to know about drones is that they're more of a supplement for your damage. So don't be expecting like, oh, I'm going to pay, this money and buy a drone and this thing's going to just win the game for me. In easy difficulty, yes. On easy difficulty, almost any drone will wreck the shit out of most monsters. Once you get into normal and above, a drone is really a supplement. It is not going to one-shot monsters. Monsters get really tanky as the difficulties increase. So it's not really going to save your ass. It's more of to help you kill and just, there is some things like some utility abilities on some of the drones that will help you or save you, but it's not, totally game breaking. Unless you spend like $100 or something, then I'm sure you probably could buff these drones up to be super fucking strong. But you'd have to spend a lot of money. And if you're only looking to spend a little bit of money, they're not going to make too big of a difference. All right, so let's look at the first thing. So over here in the cash shop, these are the skills available for buying, these 9 skills right here. First thing you want to know is grab field and super strength. Do not buy these. You will get them from drone cases, which are these right here. Pretty much every day you log in, I think they give you a drone case. You also get them from, I think, dailies too. I know you get them from the daily logins. So you will get drone cases, which have a chance to have pretty much every drone in the game. I believe even these skills too can drop from the drone cases. So you will get them. You get like 7 a week, even if you're free to play. So you will eventually get most of these things over time. A lot of these green drones have a really shitty drop rate. But I'm pretty sure you can get most of this stuff from the drone cases. Like I said, you'll get 7 of them every week. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is Reflect. These 7 are the ones that you can only buy them from the cash shop or get them from drone cases. So the first one we're going to look at is Reflect, which is on the M.A.R.S drone. So we're going to come over here, we're going to use this M.A.R.S drone, and we're going to check out the Reflect ability. The M.A.R.S drone, it pretty much can attack multiple people. It does kind of shit damage, kind of like the Gatling drone. But it says here for the Reflect, for a few seconds after the spawn triggers, enemy attacks directly at you, reflect back at the attacker. The damage of the effect increases as the mod levels increases. So that's what I was saying. If you were to spend a ton of money and buy these Reflects, you can come over here to the create field. So see, if you bought 3 of them, you could combine them together to make a level 2 one. You buy, 3 more. You'd have to buy like, 6 more to make a level 3 and so on and so forth. You have to spend a lot of money. That's why I say it's not really worth it. It's not going to make that much of a big deal to you. All right, so let's go try this out. All right, so we got into a match. We're going to just have our little M.A.R.S drone right here. And we're going to see the Reflect ability. I can see this ability being really helpful, like in particular when you're fighting lots of enemies that have, that have guns and are shooting at you. During zombie modes, it probably wouldn't really be that helpful to use the M.A.R.S drone for that Reflect ability. I don't think it's really going to make too big of a deal. So it looks like we were able to activate the ability a couple times. It looks like it's like kind of like an AoE. That's it right there. So it looks like it's an AoE centered on the actual drone itself. Well, I don't know. Okay, look at it. Here's a good example. Oh, okay, so it actually does work at range. Okay, that would be really helpful then. That would actually be really, really helpful. But like I said, it would be more for these game modes where you're fighting lots of guys with guns and they're actually fucking shooting you and stuff. On the zombie game modes, I don't know if it's really going to help you because you really don't want to be getting hit on the zombie game modes. So yeah, that's it for the M.A.R.S drone. I think it would definitely be helpful to have the M.A.R.S drone with that Reflect when you're fighting guys with guns. That is pretty helpful. Okay, the next drone we're going to look at is the Pulsar Drone. This is another skill that you can buy from the cash shop, the Supernova skill. You can actually get the Pulsar Drone, I believe, free to play. Yeah, for 50k. Totally free to play. So let's see, it says here, Pulsar Drone's attack also creates a magnetic storm effect. The damage in this effect increases as the mod's level increases. So the Pulsar Drone, it shoots like a beam at guys. And then when it actually activates the ability, it makes a small AoE around the shot. So we'll check it out right now. All right, so we're in bullet rain. We got our Pulsar Drone. We'll show you the ability. See, look, that's a normal auto attack where it just shoots the beam at guys. And then the actual one where it shoots the AoE, well, whenever he wants to do it. Right there, that is the AoE ability, that big ol' explosion. So that's actually a pretty fat explosion. That's pretty good. But again, it happens every so often. I think that one would be worth it. That's kind of the deal with this game, is it's really all about AoE when it comes to your drones. Like, you really want drones to have some kind of AoE capability like that. You want to be able to hit multiple targets, because this game is all about a shitload of guys attacking you. And yeah, that's what you really want. Okay, next drone we are going to look at is the Bumblebee. This one, basically, it shoots out like machine guns, pretty much. The ability, it's called Royal Decree. It says teammates will have a chance to launch homing missiles to enemies nearby, freezing them for a period of time. Number of missiles vary based on level. So, wow, I didn't even realize the damage of this thing is absolutely fucking garbage. Although it has an extremely high rate of fire, so that's kind of nice. Alright, so we got our Bumblebee drone. He actually looks really cool. I do like the way he looks with all his arms and shit. And you'll see, once he starts shooting, it actually is kind of like, he's got machine guns like on each of his arms. Looks pretty cool. So I would say this drone is probably the best support drone. Like, if you're a cash lord, you want to spend a shitload of money to help out your friends and all that, I would say probably get the Bumblebee drone, because the Royal Decree, as they were saying that it shoots out multiple missiles right there, it will freeze guys, and apparently it shoots out more missiles the higher level you have of that Royal Decree skill. So if you just want to spend a little bit of money on a drone, I don't think it's worth getting the Bumblebee because of the Royal Decree. If you're a fucking cash lord, I think this is probably the best support drone, especially for a group of people, because your friends will be shooting out multiple of these missiles that will freeze enemies, and that's a big fucking deal, especially on the higher difficulties. Okay, so the next drone we're going to be looking at is the Blasting Star. This drone is very unique because it's basically a suicide bomber drone. It doesn't even shoot or anything. It will just, you spawn it in and it just goes straight to a guy and it blows up. So if you're into that kind of gameplay of doing a ton of damage, that's the one nice thing, is it does do a ton of damage, but you have to wait for the long cooldown of it to come back to life. That's why you would buy the extreme speed skill from the shop, because it says it significantly shortens Blasting Star's regenerative cooldown. Increase varies by level. Okay, so in this one we're trying out the Blasting Star. I'm going to show you. It looks fucking cool and it's great, but the fact that when it blows up, you have to wait a pretty decent amount of time for it to come back. See, watch. Here we go. It's gonna go right now. Look at it. Bam, there you go. It blew up. All right, I'm gonna count down. I'm gonna see how long it takes for it to respawn. So it looks like it was about 23, maybe 30 seconds, something like that. So pretty decent. And this is only level 1 of the skill. So maybe, again, if you probably spent a shitload of money and got your Blasting Star skill up super high, it probably would be worth it. But again, you'd probably have to spend like, I don't know, 50 or 100 bucks or some bullshit like that. So hey, if you're a cash lord, then by all means, level up the Blasting Star skill. Go for it. All right, next drone we're gonna look at is the X-Wing drone. Again, this is another drone you can actually spend regular free-to-play currency to get. Right here, the X-Wing drone. So you totally can buy this for free. And the ability over here is the X missile. It says with this mod, X-Wing drones, X missiles will do increased damage. Damage from this effect increases as the mod's levels increase. So this drone is pretty good. It does a small AoE. I still think the Thunder drone is better than this one. But hey, if you want to try out the X-Wing, go for it. Alright, so we're in match, trying out, well, it's called the Crosswing. Well, in the main menus and stuff, it says X-Wing. So, like I said, this one, it shoots missiles. It does a small AoE. That's actually pretty decent. Still not as good as the Thunder drone, I don't think. Oh, I did not realize that the fucking missile's actually home. That's really nice. I haven't used this thing enough, apparently. So see, it does have a slight AoE. I would say that the X-Wing drone is kind of like second place runner-up to the Thunder drone. I feel like the Thunder drone is like one of the best fucking drones in this game. And it's pretty easy to get as free-to-play. You can't buy it with the free-to-play currency, but you can get it from the drone box and then also from the keycard boxes. So yeah, pretty much the X-Wing drone, it just does damage. The actual ability, I don't think it does really anything else besides increasing the drone's damage. So I feel like this one would be kind of worth it if you want to spend the money, but I would say probably just use the Thunder drone. Okay, so now we're on to the Bloodbat. I would think, and I've used this a bit, In my opinion, I feel like the Bloodbat is the best, or like best utility that you can get from any of the cash shop drones. It pretty much, like it says right here, it does damage, and then it also is capable of restoring your HP. It's like every 10 seconds or so when it does damage, it will heal you. It sends like a little red particle effect that heals you. And then the ability that you can buy from the store, it just says can increase Bloodbat's attack power, increase varies by level. So again, it's another one kind of like the X-Wing drone, that it just does more damage with the skill. All right, we're in our match with our Bloodbat drone. I'm gonna show you the ability. It's kind of hard to see it unless you're like in really desperate situations, because you know, it shoots the beam, hits a guy, does damage, and then it'll heal you, but I don't really want to get hit right now. It does have a nice AoE on the hit itself. This thing's like level 11, so I have a feeling that its AoE might have increased. I'm not sure. Yeah, I gotta get shot just for you to see this thing. Okay, right there. I barely noticed it. See, right there too. Oh no, that was natural healing. It was like a tiny sliver of health that it actually did restore. So it actually did do its job. All these guys have fucked me up. Okay, you've seen it right there. There was a tiny sliver of health that it restored. It's probably based on damage. So I could see it being super good at high levels. Again, like I was saying, I feel like this is the only drone that actually gives some kind of good utility from the cash shop. All right, last drone we're going to be looking at is the Dragonfly. So let's see. Oh yeah, so it says furthermore, unlike other jet ballistics, Dragonfly ballistics can hover in midair. It's probably a translation error. What it means is the projectile from the Dragonfly, it actually will hit, it does a small AoE, and it leaves like a small little lightning field that shocks guys if they don't walk through it. It actually does damage. And then the actual skill, Draconic Rage, increases the duration and range of the Dragonfly, reduces delay between attacks, effectiveness increases with each level. So basically makes his projectile way more better. Alright, so we're in our match, trying out the last drone, the Dragonfly. He looks kind of cool, kind of gross at the same time. Almost like a Hydralisk. He actually looks a lot like a Hydralisk. I probably just stole it from StarCraft. Alright, so here we're going to check out the moves. So see, look, it does that small little lightning AoE. So it is nice. It does do decent. That little AoE field. Again, I feel like it's not really that worth it in terms of spending money to get this ability. I mean, it helps the damage, and then, you know, oh, it's cool little lightning or whatever. But again, I feel like Thunder Drone's the best, or even Bloodbat, or the Bumblebee if you're trying to get a support thing. Okay, so just talking about the last of these drones, pretty much every drone does have an active ability. It's just that you have to get it a certain way. The only one that I don't know about is the M.A.R.S drone. I have not seen the active ability for the M.A.R.S drone at all, so I have no idea. The way you get the other active abilities is over here through loot cases. They just have a chance to drop. So you see, that's why I was telling you don't have to get grab fields, because you can just get them from loot cases. So you can also get Reflect from the M.A.R.S drone. You can get it through a loot case. This is the ones I was talking about. Thunderbolt for the Thunder drone, which is like a grenade drone. The Dragon Storm, which is for the Dragon drone. And then this Gatling Fury, which is for the Gatling drone. And then this Laser Beam, I guess it does an AoE for the Laser drone. I don't have most of these yet, so I can't show you them. I'm just telling you in terms of like, if you want to spend money on these drones in the cash shop, the Dragon drone or the Thunder drone, or even Laser drone, just keep in mind, if you want the active ability, you can only get it through loot cases. So you're either going to have to just do your dailies, get your 2 loot key cards every day, or you pay money to get the key cards to open up the cases. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but hey, whatever. It's your money. Okay, so the final thoughts on all this, let's talk about each one. So we'll start from the top, back from with the M.A.R.S drone. I feel like the M.A.R.S drone, I don't think it's really that worth it. The Reflect is cool that it reflects damage when you get shot. But really, at the end of the day, you don't want to be getting shot in the first place. Especially in the higher difficulties, you can get killed really fucking fast. So I don't think M.A.R.S drone is worth spending any money on. Secondly, the Supernova on the Pulsar drone. Again, it's got a nice AoE, but it only does it every 10 seconds. If you get a Thunder drone has a fat-ass AoE on its grenade when it explodes. And I feel like it's like you have the Supernova on all the time. And Thunder drones, I've only been playing this game for like a month. I've already gotten like 4 or 5 of these Thunder Drone MK3s from, I think, the drone cases. I've gotten like 4 or 5 Thunder Drones, and I've gotten like 4 or 5 Gatling Drones, MK3s. And I've just been playing free to play. I barely started spending money like a week ago on this game. So yeah, I feel like this is honestly the best fucking drone available, the Thunder Drone. If you're just starting out in free to play, I would suggest probably just buying an X-Wing drone. Again, you can just come over here into the drone section, come to kits. You can buy an X-Wing drone for 50k. I want to say, I think you even start with one. I think when you first start playing this game, I forget. I would use the X-Wing drone, you know, for the longest time, just because it has that big AoE on its missiles, and even the missiles track. That's really nice. And then I would probably switch to the Thunder Drone once you get a Thunder Drone from your drone case. All right, next one, the Royal Decree from the Bumblebee. Like I said earlier, I feel like the Bumblebee is really good with the Royal Decree, but I feel like it's one of those things you probably have to spend money on it, so you get more missiles. You get like at least 2 or 3 missiles. That would really help. This would really fucking help on the higher difficulties, helping out your teammates. So if you want to spend the money to help out your friends, definitely, I think the Bumblebee is the best support drone, especially for a group of players, because of those ice missiles. Really fucking good. All right, next, the Blasting Star. I don't really feel like this is worth it. If you're into the whole Suicide Bomber gameplay, hey, go for it, you know. I don't really feel like it's worth spending the money on this, but hey, if you like that kind of stuff, go for it. If you're free to play or you want to spend very minimal money, do not get this drone. Next one is the X-Wing skill, which is that where it does more damage. I guess that would be kind of worth it. That's up to you whether you want to spend the money. I feel like the X-Wing drone's already pretty good, and I feel like you should only be using the X-Wing drone as a stepping stone to get to the Thunder Drone anyways. But hey, it's up to you. But I don't think it's worth getting the X-Missile, paying the money for that. I do not think it's worth it. And then moving on to the Bloodbat. I feel like the Bloodbat, the Bumblebee and the Bloodbat, I feel like are the best in terms of the paying, you know, pay to win shit. Bumblebee and Bloodbat. I feel like Bumblebee is really good for solo play, especially because it has that lifesteal. That the drone itself has the lifesteal, and then the actual skill just makes it do more damage, which is like whatever. Again, you could also just get these from the loot boxes on this section of the year's battle pass. They actually gave away a Bloodbat NK2 at level 31. So if you actually made it that far, it's totally worth it. Hey, you can get a Bloodbat. You can also get them from the drone cases too. So like I said at the beginning of the video, you can get pretty much all of these drones from the drone cases that they give you from the login, the daily login. So eventually, if you play this game long enough, you probably will get most of this shit. So definitely Bloodbat, I feel, is really fucking good. I feel that's definitely worth money if you want to spend money on this game. Bloodbat, definitely. And lastly, the Dragonfly. I feel like the Dragonfly is not really that worth it. It just, I mean, it has that cool AoE or whatever, you know, the lightning that lingers, but I feel like it just doesn't bring enough. Like, it's not worth spending money on. Like, why am I going to spend money on the Draconic Rage when I can just get a fucking Thunder Drone and this thing has a fat ass AoE anyways? Like, it's why would you spend money on that? There's no reason to, unless you like the fucking Dragonfly and you think it looks cool or something. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This closing thoughts. Bloodbat, definitely really good for solo. I feel that's worth spending money on. And Bumblebee, super fucking good for group play. That is definitely worth spending money on if you want to help out your friends. And if you're totally free to play and you don't want to spend any money on this game, like I said, get an X-Wing drone, use it until you get a Thunder Drone from your drone cases, and then after that, just use a Thunder Drone, because Thunder Drone is so good. The AoE on it is fat. Like, you don't have to put anything on it. It just has this fat ass AoE on this grenade. Then it will help you chip away at all the hordes of enemies that you fight in this game. So that's pretty much it, guys. The long and the short is, I don't think most of this shit is worth buying. The drones anyways, the drone mods, I do not think they're worth spending money on. Besides the Bumblebee if you want to help out your friends, or the Bloodbat if you're just solo and you want that healing. That's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully it helps you not spend money in this game. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.